Rest my soul, I'm a sinner. The path of righteousness is thinner. I was beaten with many stripes, far more than I'd like to remember. My life is like a wild adventure. Cops tried to pinch us, niggas piled to build my mama's central. I had the 9 with the condenser. The teeth go from white to magenta when the shots enter. Hit you and left your body bent on it. With the chain of command, if it's for dollars, then we can probably link up. But otherwise, son, like you, my nigga. And not to be taken lightly, I'm a silent killer. Do me a solid, come circles behind the zipper. I steer the ship while I'm the skipper. I don't fish, I'm more guy fishing, but just a bit richer. There's no magician that can trick us. We roots no chickens, cause spookers, we ain't superstitious. I'm with your bitch in the booth in the roof, first kissing. We slid in the back door, walk through the kitchen. Ass so fat, shit, be tripping.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the late night show. This is BMT coming at y'all again. You know, I had to do a late night show. I wasn't doing a show all day. You know, I'm off to my own devices, my own mechanism. What's going on, Lightbearer? And I wanted to do a discussion with y'all on something. Much love to everybody coming on the chat. Like the video, share the video. Let's get it out there. I want to do a discussion with y'all because, you know, this is something that I really want to get at, man. And I was, you know, sometimes I like to just sit around and just listen to what people, you know, what they saying or how they going about moving and maneuvering and stuff. And I saw this thing come up on the Ebro in the morning show. You know what I'm saying? It came up and I wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's fair. Late night show for the rave. So let me get this out for y'all. You know me, I gotta share because sometimes people don't do their job. Hot topic. So what goes on to happen, we have it where, what's going on, Ghost? Shout out to you, Ghost. You know, radio hosts say whatever they want to say. And that's fine and fair. You feel me? That's fine and fair. But I feel like that's your right to speak what you think or what you want to say, you know. But I would always ask, like, from what is the method, you know, so many people are coming from. And it was interesting that, you know, Ebro in the morning show made a cutthroat comment about black men. And he said this, and nobody had any smoke. And this was dealing with, you know, voting and how people move and stuff. And I was like, wow. He was emboldened to say that. And I put down, let's examine Hot 97's Ebro in the morning telling black men they want to be white men. Ebro was telling black men that y'all want to be white men. He said, due to the political climate, and because the way some people want to choose to vote and live their life, you know, you gotta want to be a white boy. And I was like, I said, I could have sworn I heard Biden say that. And it seems like whenever it comes to a black person in their politics, see, you would have got you. He knew he couldn't get away with that, saying that about Latins, saying about Asians, Samoans, but he felt very emboldened to say that about you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we know why. We know why. See, everybody likes to tell you, black man, what you should do, where you need to vote. Now, if you don't know who Ebro is, you sleeping under a rock. So let me help some of y'all out. That's Ebro. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is them. That's Ebro. That's some other dude. And that's the girl. Now, they telling you, black men, you want to be white because of your political affiliation or the way you carry on. Now, Ebro's no stranger to controversy. He's no stranger to that. He don't mind telling you what and who you should be or what child you should move, because he already understand that. Guess what? Like, at the end of the day, that he's a dogmatic voice. So he's gonna let y'all know, hey, I want you to understand, I know hip hop. I know about rap. I could tell y'all about white supremacy. I said, my God. I done seen it all. So a dude telling me about my blackness, fair enough. So let me go ahead and play some music. Let me go ahead and play the footage first. Okay? Let me make sure I pull up this picture. I can't play all of it, but I don't want to get copyright strike. So let me make sure I do this first. Fair use. All right, let me make sure I play that first. I'm going to play that. Let me go ahead and grab the film. Now, this is what he was saying to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand that. Let me see what he says. BMT, as per Wiki, Darden was born to a black father and a white Jewish mother. He attended a Pentecostal church and Hebrew school while growing up in Oakland, Sacramento. What the hell? That I don't give him. I mean, shit. I could give a rat's ass less. That means he got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. How you gonna tell me? And I was gonna pull that up about him. You got a mixed bilingual kid. I mean, man, no one call him no kid. Telling black men you want to be white men. You, bro, you got a whole multicolored background. You don't get to tell me who I am. No, you're right, Ghost. This dude is having a identity crisis. This dude telling me, as a black man, that I want to be a white man because of how I carry myself or how I choose to affiliate myself. Y'all gotta wake up, man. People trying to different masses of people. This dude telling you how you should move. This dude right here is telling you about white supremacy. This woman right here is telling you about political justice and about dreamers and crap. Telling black people, like I said, boy, anybody can tell the Negro anything, man. And these days, you gotta just soak it up.
The last 2 months showed that we're proven the last 3.5 years.
I'm telling you, man, and mostly black men, white supremacy is not enough for some black men. It's about the bag. It's about the money. We talked about that with Ice Cube. Well, I was just specifically talking about, if we're talking about Diddy or we're talking about Ice Cube. Black men will be like, look, it's white supremacists everywhere. What's up with this money? Which a lot of women ain't falling for that. Some do, though.
That's interesting you say that, because did you see Jamel Hill had an interesting tweet last night.
Told y'all gotta be careful, man. Let's pull up this dude. Ebro, born to a black father and a white Jewish mother in Berkeley, California, the now recognized on a singular name basis public figure admits he changed what he thought was too ethnic of a name to work in radio. Ibrahim Jamil Darden. Oh, Ibrahim. So he was Abraham. So he changed it to Ebro. Ibrahim Jamal Darden. So let me get this straight. So you have a multilingual person telling you that because of how you move, you want to be white. Now, Ebro, how much you worth? How much you worth? You talking about money? How much you worth? $800,000. Boy. This man telling y'all, Ibrahim is telling y'all need to get back in line, Negro. He said, get back in line. Fall in order to that black woman. Get back to that Democratic Party.
I believe that too many black men want to be white men.
What?
Yes, I said it.
Hold on.
Well, that's deep.
You're gone too far,
That's
big.
interesting take.
You think
I can't make this up, y'all. I can't make that up. He telling y'all black men, fair use, that y'all want to be white men. That y'all take the white man's money. That Y'all need to get back in line with whatever certain women say. Now, when he made that remark, let me show you how dumb these fools are. But see, this is how you know some of these fools are so lame and weak that they smile like he said this, and these two black men didn't say a damn word. These two black men just sat there and took that. And you see, this is when you know the mass media has puppeted it, you black men. So long as you shut up, don't talk back, keep your head down, don't say nothing back, you a black man. I'll tell y'all, man. But you got to do a half Jew telling you that y'all ain't black. With a white man or a white Jewish man, a Latin woman, these two Negroes didn't say a dang thing back. I'll tell y'all, man. We in those times now, baby. I'm just waiting for that Thanos snap. Everybody know how to tell the black man how to be a black man, but ain't nobody want to be down with the black man when he getting them stripes. But so long as you know how to get up and dance, do what we do. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little hip hop, you win. We already know he's connected. We know he's connected to a culture. He has a culture. These two goddamn shines ain't got no culture, really. Because I would have stopped him right there and said, hold up, bro. Who you saying? What are you saying? So what are you calling us? We up here right now working, making our money. We two hardworking, prominent men. You saying that we ain't black? Who are you? When did you become a gatekeeper? When did Ebro... See, this is the problem I'm having on these social media platforms and also on these radios and all this stuff. This is when you hear them, these qualified talking points of what qualifies to be a black man. And these two brothers, what? Oh, yeah, man. I'm like, nigga, repeat that shit. The fuck you talking about? This is what I'm saying, man. This is the shit right here. I bet you he wouldn't say that to no Latin culture. And most Latins vote Republican. You dumb fuck. Tell y'all, boy, anybody can say anything to the black man. He's the
going to be a white man.
I would. That's a huge blanket.
You
statement.
think that money
Big
is
blanket.
coming to you and they're gonna treat you exactly the same just because you got some bread?
Black men want to be white men?
I said too many.
Too many.
Too many.
I've not heard that ever in my life.
Well, you heard it here on Ebro in the morning.
Maybe, but
You heard it here, Ebro in the morning show. So all of a sudden, and this dude's laughing when I wouldn't even been fucking laughing. I would say, yo, stop the fucking show. Repeat that shit. But see, he knows that this dude right here will fire his black ass the minute he fires. See, that black man right there, he quiet, but he know he can't say nothing back to him. Because he knows damn well that motherfucking goddamn Jewish boy will fire his fucking ass in a heartbeat. And the Latin girl is daring them. I dare you to say something about the Latin community. He ain't gonna say shit. He's telling them about white supremacy. He's teaching these goddamn two fools about white supremacy. This dude just right here, I've never heard that. This dude ain't saying shit. My God, boy. When you have outsiders telling you what it means to be you, that's when I know, baby, you can go ahead and pull my card. You can go ahead and pull my fucking card. What's going on, Uncle Nick? That's my battle right there. When you have it where a man that ain't never, not one time in his motherfucking life, ever stood with you goddamn black men, all of a sudden always telling you black men how to fall in line, you got a problem. That's when they can tell you what the fuck you are. And we watch that shit. Ain't none of those dudes gonna say no shit to Ebro. Ebro will fire their ass in a fucking heartbeat. Which one is more important? Your goddamn dignity. See, this is why I know, this is why Biden felt so empowered. But don't think it's any different when you go to goddamn 105.1 Powerhouse with Charlamagne the God. Everybody get to jump on these goddamn radio stations and tell you black people how to fall in line. I'm waiting to hear the goddamn the gringo goddamn. You ain't a true gringo or a true goddamn Latin if you don't vote Democratic. I wish they would say that to them. They're not a true Arab if you don't vote. Listen, they wouldn't dare to see. They know which group. You see, the thing about it, black men, you want to know why they don't mind telling that to you, but they know deep down inside ain't shit you can do to push back to them. That's what they know. That's what they know. They know it's not a goddamn. See, the reason people feel emboldened when they know that they can say certain shit to you, because they know black men ain't shit you can say back to me. What are you gonna say to me? You gonna cancel me? You couldn't even cancel goddamn DJ Vlad. How you gonna cancel me? Y'all don't think these people ain't gonna be emboldened to talk their shit? And I strike you for that again. This is the same dude. Make sure I got it right. You don't think this man ain't connected? You don't think this man ain't already part of his own group? His name is Ibrahim Jamal Darden. Jamil Darden. And I got no beef with mixed people. I got no beef with them. But I'm going to tell you right now. This dude, like, I'm telling y'all. This dude, his interest and investment in African American in African American history at the time. He spent reading and traveling, working and living, fortified them. In my home, my dad was very into Africa. He said his Black Panther affiliate, of course they always do, father went to teach in schools and hustle on the streets, but he didn't live a double life as much as he lived in a multi-dimensional one. Before this, Ebro's father attended San Francisco State University. I mean, God damn it, dude. I guess it's his story. His story, boy. His story. I see. I told y'all. Y'all now in a day and age where everybody gonna tell you how to be black man. The black man don't even know how to get to be a black man anymore. If there's anything you say or do, they're gonna check your black ass. That's why the black man can't talk about politics. Not openly. Minute you start talking about your beliefs, that what you want for you. When have you ever heard Ebro talk about anything dealing with your plight going on in your community? I mean, literally, he said you need to fall back in line with them women. I said, fall back in line. Motherfucker, you must have got life fucked up. I tell you, nobody can shame the black man better than everybody else. You got this mixed Negro trying to tell you, who having a whole identity crisis, what the fuck you need to be doing. That you need to get back in line. He just told y'all. Y'all ain't know what y'all doing. Y'all need to get in line with the women. Y'all need to get y'all behind back involved with the women. I ain't never heard that. Boy, I say, boy, it's a y'all. If y'all don't believe Ebro ain't an agent, I don't know what is. And see, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And as you look at it, this dude right here, look at it. He's emboldened to say and talk his shit. These two, they quiet because they're daring him, the one who's saying something, to say something back. He's quiet as fuck because he knows I would fire y'all two in a heartbeat if you try to battle or challenge my words. See? Try to tell y'all, man. God bless me. Lord knows I'm a sinner. But there'll be a cold day in fucking hell before I let anybody tell me about my plight or who the fuck I am as a goddamn man. Anybody can say that. Anybody can say that. And so y'all gonna see this shit happen more and more. Same dude they had no problem talking shit about Cube. The same man had no problem talking shit about Ice Cube. Same dude that had no shit talking shit about Kanye. Even Kanye was the one who was giving money to black people in Chicago. Oh, see, they don't report on that one. A $3.2 billion man was giving money to black people in Chicago. You ain't gotta like it. It is what it is. But when you have it where other people are trying to tell you about your plight and that you know you can't say nothing back, that's when you know the mass media done got your ass in check. That's what I be trying to say. Like, bro, nobody nobody has no problem disrespecting you, black man. Nobody has no problem disrespecting you. They don't. They don't have no problem talking down on you. Why? Because they know deep down inside ain't nothing you can say back to them. And I watch it all the time, man. I watch y'all get disrespected on panels. I watch y'all get disrespected on shows. The minute you start talking about self-improvement and doing for self, that's when they don't mind checking your ass. To say, who are you? Who are you? Why are you talking like that? And you see what's going to happen is you're going to see this same stuff keep on cutting up. Mark my word. You're going to see more of them are going to keep challenging you. And see, this is the fear of why a lot of black people are afraid to speak up about the shit going on in their community, because they know damn well the minute you start speaking up about shit, be prepared to get exiled. Be prepared to get exiled. You saw their corny asses. Let me show you. Let me show you how corny. Let me show you how fucked up these people are. These dudes on the Ebro show. Let me show you this. Let me show you. I want to make sure y'all know. Let me show you how dumb they think you black men are. This is Ebro in the morning show. This is the same show. Let me just let you know. Same show. Same show. Ebro. You want to know what they were talking about? What they were praising? What they were justifying? The goddamn fucking crime bill that was getting y'all shot and jailed and incarceration and prison pipelines. Like, this is the shit I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all motherfuckers should have canceled this motherfucking goddamn nigga right here. So you got it where he's for Joe Biden, that is talking about the crime bill. Let me make sure I got that right. Fair use. Let me make sure I got that right. But this is how dumb they think y'all black men are. This is why I said, when you want to keep something from the nigga or from a black man, put it in a fucking book. Hell, don't even put it in the book no more. Just put it on the goddamn napkin. Motherfucker not gonna even use it. Watch this shit. This shit's golden. Fair use. Oh, get it back.
An awful lot of people were jailed for minor drug crimes after the
Exactly right.
Was it a mistake to support it?
Yes, it was. But here's where the mistake came. The mistake came in terms of what the states did locally. What we did federally, we said it was, and you remember, George, it was all about the same time for the same crime. What I had done as chairman of the Judiciary Committee, took the 10 circuit courts of appeals, took some really brilliant lawyers working for me in judiciary. We did a study, and we determined what happens if, for the first, second, third offense, for any crime in the criminal justice system at the federal level, if you're a black man, it's the first time you committed robbery.
Who is this white bitch? Is this Satan herself? Who is this white bitch? But I know he's looking up there and she's looking down with her evil scowling eyes and shit. Like, you tell him. Yes, you tell him. We passed that fucking bill. Like, y'all, I don't know what to tell y'all. Call on T'Challa. Call on something, boy. But if y'all ain't waking up from this episode right here, like the video, share the video. Y'all don't fuck with me. I'm showing y'all some real shit. This man said, yeah, I passed the crime bill, but it wasn't my fault. It was the state's fault. I'm like, the fuck? Hold on, bro. But you're the one who pushed it. You're the one that said you didn't want your people, your children around me. You see, y'all gotta understand, holistically, who fucks with you, who never gave a fuck about you. So you got an $80,000, $800,000 shine telling you this shit was the best thing that ever happened to black people. That's when I know we fucked up. That's when I know we done ran into a burning building again. This motherfucker got no problem saying, go fuck yourselves. I can't make this shit up. This is on the Ebro show. So let me skip past this fucking, that bitch over there, she's scary as fuck. I don't know what the hell to tell y'all. So, we'll go over there. What time we went? 137? I ain't gonna watch that bitch is scary as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, boy. If I saw that woman, I would go down the other street, other line. Fuck with that. That woman look like the devil. You gotta go through hell to look like that evil bitch. So, of course, the two shine, they ain't got no smoke. Sat there and listened. Well, I would have got up and threw that damn headset off and said, fuck this show. Y'all got me all fucked up. But of course, you can't. You got to be a good monkey and sit there and let them clown on you. So, you know, you got to.
I didn't fully understand that, but
he also went on to say in the rest of the clip, he talked about how what he voted against in the crime bill, what he did not want in there was the state's ability to build more jails. And states,
motherfucker, he's a privately owner of a jail. You dumb
that would allow
fuck.
States to take the crime bill, mandatory minimums, and expand their capacity of jails, and thus they would want to fill those jails. It's kind of like what we're learning here in New York with Rikers. When there's empty beds, because there's money tied to it, people get paid on filling up those beds. And the kickbacks go into the police and the cash bail, et cetera, et cetera. So he went in to talk about that. And it was good to look, he's been saying for a while that there were some good things in the crime bill and there were bad things in the crime bill.
You can tell this nigga's reading this shit. He reading.
Mistake. I'm glad to hear him continue to say that he didn't like the crime bill and where
this nigga just told y'all he glad to hear him say he didn't like the crime bill. Bitch, if the motherfucker wanted to stop the crime bill, he would have stopped the crime bill. This is how you know that they think y'all stupid. This is how you know they think y'all are stupid. Like I told you, man, you gotta sit down sometimes, turn off the headphone. Like this is how you know they think y'all are stupid. It's like they talking to a monkey. Exactly. He has the flow of money wrong, but I get what he is attempting to say. Hey, I'm not even mad at them. I don't get mad at people no more. I don't even get mad at people like this anymore. I don't get mad at Ebro. I get mad at people who doggone keep going to Ebro like a gatekeeper. But they know doggone well that we fucked up. And ain't nothing that nobody can say or tell him or buck against him. It's gonna keep getting worse. I gotta understand, man. No, like I said, man, they people like him like to walk other people like sheep to the slaughter. They're gonna keep fucking y'all up. They're gonna keep fucking y'all up. And ain't nothing y'all can say against this type of man. Because honestly, we already know there's some validity that what he's saying is that literally that black men, y'all don't got no identity. I agree. It's gonna get a lot more worse before it ever gets good. I'm trying to figure out who's gonna still be alive by 2020, bro. Trying to figure out who's gonna be alive by 2021. I'm not mad at Ebro, but Ebro only just saying what he can get away with. Excuse me. He know he can talk smoke to blacks. He know it. Black men especially. You know that. He know doggone well what he was saying about black men, and ain't nobody said shit back to him. That's why Ebro said what he said. That's why he talked the shit that he talked about black men. And people just smile in his goddamn fucking face and shit while he done stomp all over y'all and shit. Like you be killing me, man. Like, listen, bro, I would honestly say go fuck yourself. Don't ever mention my people like you know us like that, motherfucker. But you know what? I get it. When you know how to conjure up, but I'm true to my words. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to doggone say that, listen, I'm going to tell you who's black, who's not black, by the way that if they don't choose to fall in line. And see, he knows who he can say that shit to. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna understand. That's why Ebro gonna always get away with saying crazy fucking shit. Ebro gonna always have that right. Ain't nobody gonna ever be able to clap at Ebro. Ebro gonna always have that right to clap at people, clown on y'all and call y'all dumb and shit, and especially black men. And ain't nothing we gonna say back to that goddamn shine ass goddamn fool. I never fuck with Ebro. Fuck him. I never fuck with Ebro. I never fuck with that goddamn Latin bitch. And I definitely never fuck with that Rosenberg. I don't even know why y'all let that motherfucker speak over y'all. But I understand these two goddamn chimpanzees, they gotta take a fucking job. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me. Because guess what? They act less than men because they won't actually call this motherfucker out. Everybody knows how to tell the Negro how to be a fucking black man, but the black man can't speak up for being a black man himself. Ain't that a bitch? But we were dominating. Nick, bro, stop.
Ended up.
Yeah,
Right.
And go into
And
some real details.
And he admitted to some of the mistakes, and he did something that we brought up on the show, Ebro. He talked about the people who actually did support that crime bill also, because people think that it was just him.
I think it was like 95 senators supported
Yes.
the crime bill.
And then what about locally? A lot of the black churches, a lot of organizers.
Oh yeah, people were into it at the time.
And, yo, how about this? Black mayors supported it at the time.
By the way, we need to welcome Diddy on board, guys. We are now 2.5 weeks before the election, and Diddy.
Listen, boy, that's a scary thing when a man like him is telling you that we got Diddy. I'm like, shit, boy. We going for a long ride. It's a long day. You got these type of people telling you. Listen, man, you think I give a fuck about a black church? Black church been compromised. I don't know who told you. Who didn't tell you that? The black church been compromised. The black politicians been compromised. As John Henrik Clark done said, the black man, you have no friend. You don't have no friend. You alone, motherfucker. You don't. Don't believe that Toy Story bullshit. Because goddamn it, this motherfucker right here telling them, motherfucker, I know more about y'all. Y'all ain't black. Fair use.
I don't know what the last 2 months showed that weren't proven the last 3.5 years.
I'm telling you, man, and mostly black men, white supremacy is not enough for some black men. It's about the bag. It's about the money. We talked about that with Ice Cube. Well, I was just specifically talking about, if we're talking about Diddy or we're talking about Ice Cube. Black men will be like, look, it's white supremacists everywhere. What's up with this money? Which a lot of women ain't falling for that. Some do though.
That's interesting you say that.
How you gonna say that bullshit and our women were put onto a social program? See, this is why I told y'all more disingenuous bullshit. How you gonna say our women didn't fall for this shit and our women were put onto a goddamn social program? Y'all don't get tired of people telling y'all? Exactly. Y'all, you see how Vlad don't mind talking shit to you? Vlad will call you all kind of fucking names. Vlad don't give a fuck. Perspective, when we look back at the crack era and the crime bill, boy, see, people don't mind telling you about how to be you. Like I said, everybody likes telling you how to be you, but you can't tell them who you truly are because that's you falling out of line. What's going on, Yori? It's always when you start having men think for themselves and do for themselves. Let me go ahead and play with this dumb motherfucker telling you. And I'm going to point to make sure I let y'all know so that way y'all know. Watch These two motherfuckers ain't gonna say shit. They're not gonna say nothing. Because they can't. Because they know if they fall out of line, that's their job.
Jamel Hill had an interesting tweet last night in that regard.
She was like, and she was basically like, are black men and black women in a different place politically? Like,
yeah, she was like, it seems real? Like they're very far apart.
Is this real? And it's because I believe that too many black men want to be white men.
What?
Yes, I said it.
Hold on.
Well, that's deep.
You're gone too far.
That's interesting.
You think you're going to be a white man?
I would. That's a huge blanket.
You think that?
Had that been, I think Asian men want to be. You can't even get away with saying that to other groups without some type of backlash. And literally, this dumb fuck is right there. Ha ha ha! You gone too far? No, motherfucker. He already knew he could go far. He knew what he could say to y'all. Like, nobody is afraid to doggone clap at the black man. See, this is why I be trying to tell y'all, man. You gotta stop people at the fucking gate with this shit, man. This goddamn half Hebrew motherfucker felt emboldened to say that shit. I would have been like, well, what the fuck are you? Ain't you half white? Duh. Ain't you half white? Don't you get paid to say certain shit by your master? Now you telling me I need to fall in line? See, y'all gotta understand, boy, the world never gave a fuck about you. But they ain't mind telling you that shit. Nothing that I just want to be a better black man or just be a better man, but for me wanting to be better or better myself, that would mean I want to be a white man. Not just a better man. Because I want to enter the political arena and have my own train of thought. That means that I truly can't be black. I told y'all, man. Everybody knows how to tell you about you and what you should be doing. They ain't gonna never have smoke for the women. They ain't gonna never have no smoke for no black women. Who gonna correct the black women? Not a damn, not one. Ain't nobody gonna ever say shit to that black woman. I'm telling you right now. That black woman ain't gonna never. I ain't got no smoke. I ain't trying to come hear none of that shit. But no, they ain't nobody gonna ever say shit to that black woman. Ain't nobody gonna say shit to them goddamn that white woman sitting on that goddamn rafters like she was the fucking Phantom of the Opera. That bitch, I know ain't nobody gonna ever say shit to her. Fuck that. I'm scared to look behind me. She might be standing behind me right now. Shit. That's it. People don't mind checking you, black man.
Money is coming to you, and they gonna treat you exactly the same just because you got some bread.
Nah, black men want to be white men.
I said too many.
Too many.
Too many.
I've not heard that ever in my life.
Well, you heard it here on Ebro in the morning.
Maybe the way you're wording it, Ebro, is not.
It sounds a little wild.
But you're saying people want money. They think money's going to solve the problem.
I said what I said.
Yeah, I get it.
I said what I said.
Like,
Good job, Ebro. I got at least about 10 minutes. I don't mind dropping the panel, but y'all can have 2 minutes. Enough that, then hey, you got 2 minutes after that. I'm gonna go shut it down. But I'm telling you, it's a different political climate, boy. Exactly. he said, let's hear it again. He repeated it to us, Brother Rob. Nobody gets to listen, bro. No other platform can you get away with saying that about another group of people, and definitely about their men. But see, definitely here, in this type of political climate, in this day and age, he can say that. And it's a damn shame. And I'm very wary of that type of behavior. For you. So, despite what people are trying to say, I better be very wary about these people. So that's why I looked at what I said about, Ebro. I'm not going to say what he said about you. Like I said, that's why I said what I said. Looking at the crack era and the crime bill era, and I grew up in the crime bill era. And I was around on the crack era. I think this is Zardell. I can give him 2 minutes before I gotta shut it down. What's up, Zardell? You caught me. You got 2 minutes before I shut it down.
Man, you pretty much nailed it. I was just gonna say, man, it's nothing new. And the thing is that no matter what you try to do, you got liberals, white liberals, who's gonna sit here and think they're gonna control you. It's been like this since I guess you'd say Emancipation Proclamation. From the 1800s on forward, there has been some way of mental slavery. They had to keep the black people in shackles in some way. So instead of putting them in physical shackles, they ended up putting them in mental shackles. And well, it's been like that the whole time. I mean, Malcolm X warned us about that. He said the white liberal is our worst enemy. And when he said that, he got killed days later, probably by white people. And the thing is not the ones who did the shooting, it's the one who paid for the bullet. The thing is that you see it in today's time. You have a biracial guy telling black people how to be black. You have Chelsea Handler, who told 50 Cent you're a black man, you got to mind how you vote. It's almost as if black people never have freedom in the first place, even though you do have physical freedom. So you have to move with your feet. I don't understand why black Americans are not doing that, but hey, I mean, those who are, credit to them and kudos to them. It's going to be a long, hard road of recovery, but it's doable.
Yeah, but you know what? I appreciate you, BMT. I had to come up here for it, bro. Shout out to you, brother.
Thank you.
I mean, the brother made some good points, but I think a lot of black people see, just from history, the experience black people in the country, so they really don't get involved, especially on a local level. You see it in every other major county and state, like especially in Chicago. You got able people who are not voting at all. They don't side with nothing. They'll do anything. And the Democratic Party has been pretty clever to keep black people pretty much interested in whatever they got. Of course, it's black women, which is why it goes back to a lot of single motherhood, school to prison pipeline mentality that we see. So I think it's gonna come down to black men with this one. We have to come out and vote conservative. We have to vote conservatism. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. We have seen the outcome of the Democratic Party, people voting Democrats. people voting for Obama, people voting just Democrat. We think they have no clear policy that cause and effect change in black Republicans or not, Trump or not, whether we think he's racist or not. We don't give a damn about that white boy. We about policy. We about outcomes. And black men
I
are
mean,
logical because black women are gonna go against us. Trust me.
if we were about policy, then we wouldn't be in the situation Lyndon Baines Johnson said we will be in. He made policies that caused the black community to vote Democrat for the next 200 years.
That's
Well,
what
it's
they said.
happening.
You can turn it around,
It
brother.
hasn't. He hasn't lied about that. The thing is that you'll never be able to beat history because it's the past actions that you have done for yourself. And practically, the community sold itself out. Other communities were smart enough to see the trap and circumvent it and play it against the other party, I guess. We must do the same thing. I think voting conservative is just one part of it, but you're going to have to put actions behind it. You're going to have to start building businesses. You're going to have to start going back to school. You're going to have to start going into fields that don't have the demands that people want to go into, do the jobs that people don't want to do. I'm a truck driver. I'm in and out of Chicagoland every day. I'm actually heading to Chicago tomorrow. And the thing is, the people who are doing the jobs that black people don't want to do are Latinos. Dude, they're taking over Elwood. They're taking over where else? Logistic Park.
Chicago.
Yeah, man, they're taking over West. You already know what I'm talking about. West Chicago, bro. Yep. That's Bedford Park. There's nothing but Latinos and Muslims. Nothing but Latinos. And you got to know Spanish to pretty much be over there. Like, I went to the shipper and they didn't run me out of there. I knew some Spanish. I knew how to stay there. They don't run anybody out. It's just you're going to have a hard time communicating.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you see, but I agree with that, brother. But I'm saying going back to the experience that black people have experienced in this country, to the point black people have no type of identity at all. They don't know what to stand for unless we make it like that. This is why you gotta have your content creators go hard. This is why you gotta have this space. This is why we gotta keep doing it. They have never heard this. This is why it's foreign to certain people when we talk like this. This is why the space is critical. It's not gonna happen en mass, like we're gonna change the world. No. It's all about waking black men up to think different, and we can go from there.
Well, I think
hold on. I was listening to y'all. So I have a question. So with that being said, why didn't either? Okay, so I heard the cancellation for Ice Cube. I've heard the cancellation for 50. Why did nobody say cancel Ebro with the disrespectful thing he said to black men?
Because the black community wants those things. That's the problem. Look, the black community left God a long time ago. God didn't leave us. And when you leave God, you're going to have nothing but disorganization. You're going to have nothing but chaos. You're going to have nothing but problems. And when you leave God, just like America didn't leave. God didn't abandon America. America abandoned God. Now look where we are. We got plagues. We got famines. We got pestilence. We have mother against father, child against siblings. It's all said in the Bible. I mean, everything that has been said that God has told us, it's happening. So it's just happening.
It's coming to pass.
Society is moving backwards. Actually, society's actually moving backwards.
So I'm asking on the question that he was going over the crime bill. He was saying that a lot of people in different positions, the church was for the crime bill. So I'm asking the question. He said that a lot of black pastors and churches were for the crime bill.
Why?
So how do you think that should influence, or how do you think that should affect black men if that bill was being pushed by the church?
Double-edged sword.
So, but I'm just saying that they're going to look at that. But mind you,
right?
We can play that back. They were all for that type of energy. Now, again, also about Ebro is worth $800,000. Now,
that ain't nothing.
Well, that's more than a lot of these people have.
That's true.
You know, if you make above 50,000, you're in the top 1% of the world.
So what is your net worth? Your net worth.
His net worth.
I look at it this way: forcing the church and the crime bill. I see why they supported it. You have to have law and order. God is a God of law and order. But as you know, we're in a corruptible world. We're in a corrupt country. We're in a corrupt society. It doesn't matter about race. It's just corruption. Corruption is going to plague everybody. Everybody gets affected by corruption. And when it comes down to this bill, when it comes down to this bill, it's how it was implemented. A lot of innocent people got locked up. A lot of innocent people got locked up, and I can attest to that. A lot of innocent people got locked up in the Commonwealth. And the thing is that they had programs that people could recover on, but they'll put in little tidbits that you'll miss, and it calls you to get another 5 years in penitentiary. That's the thing. You got to pay attention to the smaller details on the painting.
So,
you know what? BMT got a good point, though. Black people are not pushing back at these narratives. They don't speak for us. Ebro don't look nothing like us, and if you pay attention to his podcast, whatever he got when he interview all these entertainers, these actors, he really kind of biased towards black men, bro. He try to ask them hard questions and try to test them. Vlad do it too, and we don't push back. He right with that. So the power of media is strong. Actually, they pretty much telling our narrative when you have everyday brothers who know the truth about black men. We should be pushing back.
We're joined here by my good brother, one of my good we've been riding for a long time. Brother Information Man. What's going on?
I was trying to figure out who I Am was. I was trying to figure out. I was like,
what's up?
What's up, man?
Information Man.
Hey, what's going on?
You got to hear the podcast. Ebro, in the morning show, he was defending the crime bill, and literally said it probably was a good thing to happen. Biden, he's apologized for it, whatever bullshit, and pretty much telling black men that, because they're making these moves like Cube and stuff like that, they pretty much they want to be like white men.
Well, I actually have a chance to listen to it. I do plan to do a podcast on it myself personally. Let's get some things corrected here. We should not put Ice Cube in this category, because Ice Cube actually stated himself that both political parties went to him, and his position was that no matter who gets in office, whether it be Democrat or Republican, we still need to hold either political parties accountable for doing something for black people, which I wholeheartedly agree with, BMT.
Right.
Now this is the difference. When you look at 50 Cent is actually worrying about and focusing on his own collective interests, his own permanent interests, because we know in politics there are no permanent friends or enemy, but only permanent interests. He doesn't want to pay more taxes, so he's making a decision based on individualism, whereas Ice Cube is concerned about the collective. So when Ebro makes his statement about, well, there are some black men who want to be white, what I would say is that he can't make a blatant statement like that and put all black men in this dragnet that we are like that. But certainly we have to be honest and admit that there are black men in our society, whether it be in entertainment, sports, or business, who believe that because they have a 2 or 4 car garage, that they live in a suburb and they make a certain amount of money, that somehow they have arrived. We do have black people like that. And what happens is they get a wake-up call when they find out, when they get into legal trouble, I don't get treated the same way as white men. I think O.J. Simpson got that wake-up call, and if it had not been for his money, he would not even been able to get out of the situation that he was in when they accused him of killing a white woman. So there's two sides to this, BMT, but I don't think he had the authority to make a blatant statement like that, and that's why it's dangerous, him and people like Jamel Hill, who I did a video on, because they have platforms in which they speak to millions of people, and people will begin to believe their narrative as true. That's dangerous.
Right. That's why I brought it up. Like, I was originally going to say, man, I'm about to crash. But when I heard it, I was like, wait, like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to this man? Like, this man literally is trying to push a position about something, about a narrative. Now, first of all, saying that the churches and a lot of black people backed it, by the time the community found out about this stuff, the bill has already been passed. So it was like, the hell are we supposed to do? And I'm not excusing nobody, but I'm like, to be fair, the powers that be, I ain't like I said, the man is telling y'all what to do. And he's done that quite a few times. And he has fluctuated different types of stuff. And I gotta tell y'all, Ebro don't live nowhere around y'all or literally give a shit for y'all. He's in his
That's
own
all the liberals.
He's in his own lane. Honestly, looking at it, it's coming down the pipe where literally y'all gonna see more of this stuff gonna start to shape and take ahead, and y'all have to come and get on decision for that.
You know what's so funny, man? All of this stuff has been happening the whole time. Let's look at Ice Cube. The reason Ice Cube even got brought up in this conversation is because you got to look at Brian Stelter's show. He questioned Ice Cube because he was going to Trump. If you go to Trump and the political climate today, if you move a little bit right on the political scale, you end up being far right because you're on the right side of the far leftists. That's just the way it is. But if you do things with Trump or do things that are in the name of conservatism, you're far right automatically, so you get canceled. But it's so funny, these liberals will say, oh, I'm just reminding you that you're black. Okay, what does my skin color have to do with an economic proposal? It's just, at this point, you're seeing in today's political climate that racism is going to be a non sequitur factor in all of this. It's going to be all economics. It's going to be all numbers, and we all know that numbers don't lie. It all came down to the 60% tax. And when you come down to 60% tax, you do have a plethora of wealthy black men who are going to stand up and stand out and talk about these things. And when you do talk about these things, you're going to have liberals say, hey, black man, you're black, you can't talk about this stuff. But if you're going to the right-hand side or the conservative side on the spectrum, you don't get ridiculed if you talk to conservatives. But if you talk to liberals, hey, somehow you're black, you can't think this way, wrong think, wrong talk. You're not the right color to talk about this stuff, so you got to be automatically white in order to talk about it.
Let me just say something here, because I hear this a lot, BMT and everybody listening.
Go ahead, man.
What we fail to understand as we fight over which one of the racist white men we want to vote for, black people, we fail to understand that white supremacy and racism operates on both sides of the goddamn argument, left and right. So as much as we want to be surprised or not surprised when we see white liberals, I'm 50 years old. I've been known that white liberals are just as worse, if not worse, when it comes to racism, because in their mind, they believe that they own black people, that they know us better than anybody because they give us social programs. Okay? But I've lived long enough to see the racism, the disregard for black life, even on the right side, because I've lived long enough to see it on both sides. We forget that it was the Dixiecrats that jumped from the Democratic Party over to the Republican Party. See, people always talk about, well, the Democrat Party created the Ku Klux Klan. Yes, they did. They were the Dixiecrat, the Strong Thurman type. But we forget that those same individuals jumped over to the Republican Party. This is our problem as black people, as black men. We get too caught up in these political ideologies, whether it be left or right, red states, blue states, and all that does is divide us. Why can't we simply take the best of both parties have to offer, blend them, and create a balanced system in which there's equitableness, but we don't have that in American society? They use this system of Baphomet. Baphomet is a symbol of a half man and half goat, which represents paganism under a system of confusion in which you divide people with confusion. That's one of the problems we have with this upcoming election, is that we're so divided. We got people on Facebook, even YouTube, who are getting into all these different arguments with each other about Trump or Biden, and as a result of that, they're falling out of friendship with each other. You got family members arguing. Why would you do that when these politicians come along every 4 to 8 years? They're symbols, they're figureheads. America's a corporation. The corporations run this goddamn country because they run the goddamn presidents. Because why? You can't get elected without money. You need money. You need millions and trillions of dollars. Where does that come from? Corporations. That's who you're goddamn voting for.
If corporations ran this country, then you wouldn't have Proposition 230 or antitrust laws passed through legislation. So also, the thing is that I think when it comes down to being right-wing or being on the right conservative side, the thing is that I think it's more diverse than the liberal side. If you go to the liberal side, you have nothing but college-educated white people trying to tell minorities how to be minorities when they have no clue about being a minority. The thing is that whether you play both political spectrums or not, it's still a bipartisan system as a constitutional republic.
Well, this is where I take my difference in your point about they have these laws to kind of keep the checks and balances of the corporations. This is where my opinion differs. The reality is, to become, when you go into politics, whether it be at the highest level, becoming president, senator, and congressperson, or what have you, we know that it takes money. We know that someone working at a hot dog stand doesn't become president tomorrow, especially if he doesn't have money and political connections. And what makes politicians the most vulnerable is that they depend on staying in office and they need campaign money. The biggest donors to most of these campaigns and these politicians come from corporate entities. And therefore, if I donate, for example, $25 or $100 to any one of these political campaigns, who do you think they're going to do something for first? Me, who gave them a measly little $100, or some political PAC that's run by a corporation that gave them millions of dollars? That's why Americans, when we went under the CARE Act, which was actually created 1 year before it was implemented by Trump, the Republicans, and the Democrats, that's why corporations got $1 trillion a day. You can read that on PBS NewsHour. $1 trillion a day.
The PPP thing for businesses for the coronavirus
No,
thing?
what happened was, the CARES Act that we got was actually was enacted a whole year in advance. Yet they tell me and you, oh, we didn't know the coronavirus is going to be this bad. They knew something was coming down the pipeline. What I'm talking about is the trillions of dollars that the banks got, that the government put in place automatically for them to get, while they tell me and you they can only give us $12. What I'm saying is that they took care of the corporations first, because that's the money, that's the power.
They're paying 90% of the taxes.
Right, but no, wait a minute now. We're finding out.
If you create jobs, so in a laissez-faire system, if you create jobs and you pay the highest amount of taxes, you do get the benefits, because there's loopholes in tax returns that you can do. Like for me, even as a business owner, I get tax returns, right? And I get loopholes because I'm creating jobs. So every job position that I create, I get a tax return on it.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot the word. My words are missing. It's late at night, but
yeah, I'm not arguing that corporations or business owners get benefits. My point is, for example, let's say someone like Bezos, who owns Amazon, he hasn't paid any taxes. Hey, your favorite, your man Donald Trump, we're finding out he ain't paying no. Hell, I probably have paid well
taxes, but
right.
He lost so much through the Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Right.
What got his tax cuts? Same thing with Bezos. Bezos is losing a shit ton.
Right, but guess what? Millionaires and billionaires have made more money than a little bit under this situation of COVID-19. But my point, my real point, yes, they are making money. Amazon is making money hand over foot. My real point in saying what I'm saying is that corporations will get what they want from the politicians before you and me. And so politicians depend on their money and resources. Therefore, they have a greater influence on our American political system. And if you do your research, sir, America is actually a corporation.
I know.
There's so much symbolism that shows that. But anyway.
Yes, Australia is incorporated, bought out by America.
Right.
I know these things.
Right.
But
I'm not arguing.
We're still a constitutional republic.
Right.
The only difference is, like, Canada is a parliamentary constitution.
Mm-hmm.
The UK is an actual Commonwealth Parliament. We are a constitutional republic, so we have to go by the Articles of Confederation and then our Bills of Rights, and then the amendments following that.
Right.
And the thing is, it's kind of weird with our system is that, actually our founding fathers said that every 200 years we're supposed to reset the system. And I think that's kind of what's happening now. As a result, it's not so much of a race thing, but more so as an economic thing, man. Every war that we have fought from day one to now has been all economic. It has been all economic.
Yeah, because what president was that said that, BMT? He said war is a racket. Was it Eisenhower? Who said that?
I think it was JFK.
No, it was not JFK. Someone way before JFK. It was Eisenhower. He said war because there's only been one president, I believe, in history that's been in the White House that actually was a war veteran. And I think it was Eisenhower who said that war is a racket and that he was concerned about the industrialization of the military. That it would get us to where it would get us to where we are today, where we're fighting wars based on the economic benefit. And we know that wars make money for corporations and people who make the weapons, the bullets, and all those sort of things. And it actually helps us. It actually helps our economy to have a damn war, believe it or not.
If you notice, every time we don't have a war, we hit an economic recession because our war machine actually slows down. We never hit peacetime. And the thing is that right now we actually are in peacetime. Mm-hmm. And the results, because we're in peacetime, we actually got all of our jobs back. We pulled all of our jobs back. And now look at China. China is so desperate right now. They're in such a position. We created the ASEAN Compact, which means all of Southeast Asia is against China, and China has been using them. In fact, I just heard the other day, Vietnam, they closed the border because there's a flood of Chinese workers trying to get into Vietnam for those tech jobs, for the microchips, because of our embargoes.
Right.
And the thing is, Japan just closed the gate to China too, so did South Korea. And it's gotten to the point that North Korea has closed the gate on China because North Korea is suffering. And it looks like, I think in 3 years, North Korea is going to probably be an ally of ours if we put enough sanctions on them.
Well, those particular countries that you spoke of, the Japanese are not very fond of the Chinese, and either one of them like each other. Not even so. My prediction is the opposite of you. I think we're gonna have World War III one day, and I think it's going to be centered around Africa once again because like in World War I,
it's going to be Turkey. It's going to be Turkey, Russia, Sudan, Iran. It's going to all come under Israel. Remember, Israel is a powerhouse of the world.
But let me make this one point here. If you look at the world, when we had World War I was fought over who was going to control the resources of the continent of Africa. So you've got the Chinese that are heavily invested over there. You've got the Middle Easterns that are looking at it too as well. And the reason why I said there's probably going to be a war, because if you know for those of you who believe in the Bible and spiritual passages, verses, there are areas in the Bible. There's a certain region in the country, if you circle it, it's in the Bible, that is giving out prophecy as to what is going to go down. And there's in the prophecy, in the prophecy speaks of Africa being the hot spot.
Right.
Around. Let me just. I can name the religious verses to go to that talks about this.
I just said Sudan.
Yes, Sudan, but
Libya.
Right. There's Libya. There's Sudan. There's a certain hotspot area
Sudan is going to all invade Israel. Turkey is going to come from the north. Russia is going to come from the north. Iran is going to come from the southeast. They're going to invade Israel.
I'm not talking about, sir. I'm not talking about Israel. I'm talking about Africa is actually the hot spot that they're going to be fighting over because there's no resources in Israel. Well, we know that there's been a battle between the Palestinians and Israel and who owns the land, the Holy Land. But
that's the war you're talking about.
But I believe that what I don't believe, Africa is the hot spot because it has something that the place that you just named doesn't have. It has real hardcore resources that the world is dependent on. And I think that's the spot.
They just acquired the Greek pipeline to northern Europe.
That's great. But the world actually runs on Africa. If the continent of Africa was to disappear tomorrow, we would all be living in the dark ages. Your cars, your computers, your phones, nothing would be working because they need those minerals. They need those minerals.
LaShawn, 35 million without jobs. That means that coronavirus is taking out 35 million jobs because of our politicians. It's not that you don't have the jobs. It's just politicians. The people you voted in are the same people who took it away from you. So vote them out.
Well, you guys, like I said, I have to.
I know you got to go, brother.
Right, but
I'm about to hit the hay, man. I got to get up in the morning, man.
Hey,
that show, please inbox me so I could be there for that one.
Hey, BMT, I actually put the information about the young lady that's missing. I put that in both of my community tabs on both my channels. I put it in my Facebook as well, and what have you. Do you have any? I know you got to go, but do you have any update on what's going on in the case?
No, I just know a lot different other content creators outside of our space. They're also looking for her. Also, like I said, you guys, like I said, we have an Amber Alert. All content creators, we have an Amber Alert for. Let me see, where's the baby at? Where's her? Where's she at? I had it up here. I thought
okay.
Yeah, here we go. There we go. Do apologize.
No problem.
Like I said, you guys, endangered. We're trying to find her. I don't care. People, her name is Labrisha Watson. She's been gone since last week, Wednesday.
Okay.
We're trying to find her. You guys, the number is 443-226-2562. Y'all already know a lot of our people come up missing. And literally, people don't try to find her like that. Her family is looking for her. Last time she was seen was at a Silver Moon Diner in Baltimore, Maryland. And she hasn't been seen ever since then. She has a tattoo. She has a tattoo going down her leg and one behind her ear. You guys, she's a young girl, about 21 years old. And we're seriously trying to find her. You guys, just, if y'all hear anything, call people around that y'all do know. I'm going to talk about tomorrow about the disappearance of our people and why it's going silent. People think that is a joke, but our people are disappearing. They are. So, info, y'all got to go check out my brother Information Man. The man be killing it with the topics, man. And, y'all got to go definitely sit down with brother Information Man. I know he has some stuff to talk about, and I just always love it when he comes by. I don't mind keep my plan on running, but I know Information Man is going to give out some bomb ass information. Shout out to Zardell. Information Man, you want to say something before we rock?
Yeah, let me just say something. One of the brothers in there was telling me about there's always been presidents that's been in the military. I'm not talking about the military of the Civil War or George Washington. I'm talking about modern day military, meaning when they start bringing in the tanks and the machinery, because that's what I'm talking about. The Eisenhower being a modern day president in terms of when they brought in machinery. I'm not saying, and I might have made a boo-boo there, I'm not saying that George Washington and all the ones that way back when. I'm talking about a little bit more closer to the 20th century. Because at that time, you got to remember George Washington, they were fighting because they were in a revolution against, Great Britain, the Great Bank of Britain. I'm not talking about those particular figures in history. That's before got to remember, that's before the country was even really built. Okay, that's just in the early stages of the country development. I'm talking about in the current state, in the current modern military complex system. Because this military was not like that the way it is today. Right. And even in Eisenhower's time, when they were going at it with the World War I and all this other stuff. That's exactly what I'm trying to say per se. But BMT, man, we got to do some content together very soon. Peace to everybody. Great conversation. Brother Jefferson in the chat room. Peace to you. I see we got Brother Rob in there. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys, everyone. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night. Peace.